Ginger, why are you trying to eat my jacket? So these are the only 3 sheep we're keeping. This is Freckles and her baby girl. We'll probably end up taking the girl to auction if we don't keep her. It just depends on if the goats will respect their collars or not. We might end up just having sheep. But sheep are harder to keep alive. I've already lost 2 out of the 5 that I bought due to parasites. So we'll have to stay on top of the parasites tenfold, because the goats, I haven't lost any goats to parasites since I got rid of David Ray. But the sheep, I've lost 2 in the last year to parasites. So, but these 3 seem to be a lot more hardy.
I'm gonna go start dinner.
Okay.
While you hang out with the sheep.
I'm right behind you.
Okay.
But these 2, I should say, seem to be a lot more hardy. There's still 1 more on the land. And probably end up selling her. Ginger's the most dominant, but she's also the most friendly. And so we're going to put a shock collar on her and train her to stay on the property. And probably Dodge too, once he gets more friendly. So once they're friendly enough to where Laura can change out their collars, then they'll have shock collars, and same with the goats. And like I said, if the goats, I think these guys will obey their collars, but the goats, I'm not too sure. The goats, if they don't obey their collars, then I'm gonna have to take them to auction too. I've got a half dozen goats in the horse trailer right now, going to auction tomorrow. And it breaks my heart to have to get rid of them, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So Mamba, Trouble, Darlene, her baby, Rachel, Rose, and DJ are all going to the auction tomorrow. So Mamba is Trouble's mother. Trouble is Rachel's mother. Darlene's mom passed away, but Darlene's mom was Cutie Pie, and Cutie Pie was Trouble's sister. And then I'm not 100% sure, but I think Rachel belongs to Darlene as well. Either Darlene or Trouble. And then Rose belongs to Becky, which is Trouble's daughter. So Becky's pretty small, so Rose probably ain't gonna get very big anyways. This is Kevin. We had to give away his wife, his woman, their mother. But Kevin likes the sheep better anyway, so hopefully he'll stick around this time. Last time we had him here, he got out and wandered off to a sheep farm. So now that we have sheep here, he might stick around. We'll see. But I may not even have sheep much longer. If I can't keep them alive, then I won't even have sheep. Like I said, they're not as hardy as goats. But we're just regrouping. We got this 30 acres here. We don't have proper fencing yet. We got this guinea yard for now, but we don't have proper fencing for sheep and goats. So that's why I have to try out these shock collars. And my new psycho neighbors are trying to run me out of my Stockton property. And they've already killed over half of our livestock, but we can't prove it. They keep blaming it on coyotes, but I never had a coyote problem until they moved in. And now I have a pandemic of coyote problems ever since they moved in. And it's like, it can't be coyotes. I've never had a noticeable problem with coyotes until this year. Or actually, this is 2026 now, so till last year. Ever since Robert moved in, basically. So, basically, ever since they had their eye on my property. So, yeah. Because they've been also bugging me to sell them my property, and they also begged me not to sell it to Michael. Michael wants my property too, but Michael's being friendly. Michael's helping me out. He's not stabbing me in the back. He's not picking fights with me. He's actually looking out for me. So I'll sell it to Michael before I sell it to them. So they're not even going to get it over my dead body. So anyways, I'm hungry. So, yeah. So I got to sell off 2 of my favorite goats tomorrow. Mamba and Trouble. The rest of them I'm not terribly attached to, but Darlene's docile. I think she would obey her shock collar, but she's not really that friendly. And we can only keep so many because we don't have fencing here. That's why I was going to keep them at the other property. But my neighbors over there thought I was going to move all the animals over here. And it's like, well, I can't. I don't have the proper fencing to move them over here yet. So I'm going to keep them. I was going to keep them over there. And then that's when I started having more problems. When I told them that, I really started having more problems with them. So I know they're, it's obvious. Even my lawyer says they're trying to push me out and they're after my property. She said, don't let them have it. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not selling it to them. I'll sell it to anybody but them. But yeah, I got a plan. I just I can't really say what it is yet. But it's my brother's plan. And I'm basically I told him, I says, if you want to do it, I'll help you. But I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much retired now, or semi-retired. Just putting all my money now in dividend stocks. We got this land pretty much paid off. We just got to get that mobile home out of foreclosure. And the land will be paid in full. We just will have a clouded title. My Kaplinger property is paid in full. Harley. The only property that's not paid in full is my Stockton property. But yeah, my brother wants to take over, and he wants to work on a project. And I said, you know what? If you want to run it, you want to head the operation, I'll help you. But it's going to be your baby, and I'll just kind of like be the wind beneath your wings, so to speak. And like I said, I'll help. But I don't want to run it. I'm done. just putting all my money in dividend stocks now. And I'm working on retirement. So there's Rachel, Trouble. My precious Trouble. Darlene, Mamba, DJ, Rose, and then I was gonna name Darlene's daughter Samantha. So they're all going to auction tomorrow, unfortunately. I mean, I'll miss Darlene too. She's a good goat. She's a good mom. But Trouble's a good mom. Rachel, don't know. She's a good sized goat. I was going to take her to the butcher, but now I realize that's probably not a good idea because she could be pregnant. Don't want to take her to the butcher if she's pregnant. It wouldn't be good. So she wasn't supposed to be in the trailer. She got in the trailer, but I guess it's a good thing she did. Because I probably don't want to butcher her. I was going to butcher Ruth Ann too. Ruth Ann looks exactly like Rose, except she's bigger. But she could be pregnant too, so I might not want to butcher her. Alright, you guys need to lay down and go to sleep. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. So I got a camera here too. So I can keep an eye on them throughout the night. If there's any trouble. If anybody gets out, we'll know. Yeah. But anyways, I had too many irons in the fire, too many liabilities, not enough assets. I mean, they were an asset. They're producing food and I was going to get an ice cream truck and change the advertisements and then go around selling meat, you know. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do that now. Maybe in the future. Like I said, I got 30 acres here. Where over there I only had 15, but now I got to figure out how I'm going to fence and pay for fencing for the 30 acres after I already did all the fencing on the 15. It's like all that work out the window. It's kind of depressing. But yeah. It's sad that other people want to come in and try to lay claim to your stuff. They think they have more rights to your things than you do. And this is the third person or people, third time I've had somebody try to steal my property from me. But these guys, they're a lot worse than the last two. Austin wasn't terrible. He was passive aggressive. He basically did the same things these guys are doing with the dogs, letting his dogs kill my fowl. But that was the worst of it. That was the worst of it. He wouldn't do anything about it. I wanted to kill his dogs, but David Ray talked me out of it. He's like, you don't want to do that. It'll cause too much trouble. Which I'm going through right now. And so I didn't kill Austin's dog. Dogs, plural. There was 2 of them. And but the problem with that was then they basically taught our dogs to kill our livestock because our dogs weren't doing it until their dogs came over and started doing it. So then I had to get rid of my own dogs. And then after Austin left, I didn't have any problems until this guy moves in next door last April. And actually, I think it was a little bit before that even. But anyways, it's been about a year of problems, all year. But like I said, they kept blaming it on coyotes, and I was like, well, how can it be coyotes all the time? But they just, and I never picked up any coyotes on the trail cams. So it's like, I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't pick up their dogs on the trail cams either, that I noticed, But anyway, Laura thinks they probably hacked into my trail cams, but I don't think so. I think that's a little difficult to do. But anyways, then I had Danny try to steal my Kaplinger property from me, bully me out of that. I stood my ground. I can stand my ground against those kind of bullies better than I can the bullies I'm dealing with now. But that's where my brother comes in, because my brother is a lot better at dealing with those kind of bullies. So Mark and I both, neither one of us are weak, but we're better at dealing with different types of vermin. It's like our father's estate. My brother didn't know how to deal with those kind of predators. And he was at his wit's end, and I was actually better at dealing with them. And they basically tried to steal my dad's mobile home out from underneath us, and it was the only thing in my dad's estate that had any value. It was practically brand new mobile home worth quite a bit, actually. It was actually worth more than what he paid for it because of the inflation in the housing market and everything else. And they were trying to steal it from us. So my brother was really close to giving in because he doesn't know how to deal with corporate people. I'm more better at dealing with corporate bullies, business people, bullies. And Mark's more versed at dealing with street thugs. So together, we could make a good team. But yeah, the guys that we're dealing with now are more or less redneck type street thugs. And they have a case down in Mount Vernon area, basically almost identical to this one. So, it's their MO. And we didn't even realize that was what was going on until after we started having problems with them. Laura, she's a great skip tracer. She started looking into their background and dug up the dirt on the one. And basically, he went to jail or prison. I don't remember the details, for cattle theft. And from what I understand, he was tampering with that lady's fencing, and he was stealing and killing her livestock too. So he didn't steal any of ours that we know of, but he threatened to. And we know they've killed some of them, but mostly their dogs killed most of our livestock. Lambs, baby goats, guineas, turkeys, maybe some chickens too. So yeah, we've lost a lot of animals to them and their dogs. And they refused to do anything about it, and we caught their dogs. We didn't know it was their dogs though, but we threatened to shoot it. And now we've had even more problems, and them really threatening us. So it's over the top. So I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I just can't keep doing it. I can't keep losing animals to these evil people. So just selling what I can, butchering what I can, and just bringing the rest here. We'll just keep enough to feed the family, and I'll just put the rest of my money in dividend stocks and help my brother with this new project that he wants to do, and focus on retirement. I'm 51 now, actually. So I'm just going to focus on retirement. I'm not going to put any more money into anything unless I absolutely have to. Just keep focusing on dividend stocks. I've already replaced 1 month of my income. I just got to do it 12 more times, and then I can retire. Then I can hang out here and do whatever I want to do. So, all right, I'm hungry. I'm going to go inside. All right. Wish us luck. All right, thanks. Bye.